Do you feel unseen as a mother? Do you feel unwanted? Do you feel you're just behind and everyone is just ahead of you? Now, some of these things we feel as mothers, some of these wounds we are currently carrying on did not just start in motherhood. Some of them started while we were young children, while we were growing up. Now, some of us felt abandoned, you felt unseen, you felt you were just not carried along. And now, somehow, it's it's affecting your journey as a mother. It's affecting the way you're raising your children. It's affecting your thoughts, your mindset, the things you say. So today we're going to learn in 7 ways, how does this feeling of not being seen, not being wanted, being abandoned, how does it show up in our journey as mothers, and what we can start to do intentionally to help our children? Number one, when you're constantly afraid, when you're afraid of different things, maybe you're afraid of losing loved ones, you have this constant fear. What you need to do is to build your emotional security. What you need to do is to build yourself, to talk to yourself, to work on yourself emotionally. Another way this abandonment or this feeling of unseen shows up in our journey as mothers, when you're constantly attached to your children. In fact, when you're over attached to your children, you tell your children everything, even what they are supposed to hear, what they are not supposed to hear. You share your life with your children as if your child is your friend. Now, your child is not your friend. Your child is your child, and you are the mother. What you're expected to do is to guide your child, to teach your child, to be a teacher of your child, not to overshare, not to over attach to your child. When you find yourself in that space of over attaching to your children, what you need to do is to practice independence, encourage independence, and learn to set the boundaries of you being a mother and your child being a child, and maintain those boundaries. Another way is abandonment shows up in our journey as mothers is when you're constantly anxious about every relationship, maybe relationship between yourself and your children, anxious about a lot of things. What you need to do is to work on your trust. What you need to do is to build yourself. What you need to do is to develop your trust. Another way abandonment shows up in our journey as mothers is when you're constantly afraid of rejection. You don't want people to reject you. Because of that, you're now a people pleaser. You don't want people to reject you. So you say yes to everyone and you say no to yourself. You don't want people to reject you and see you as a bad person or in a certain light. You now go overboard to please people and displease yourself. When you find yourself in that space, what you need to do is to work on your self worth. What you need to do is to work on your identity, to strengthen the knowledge of who you are, the knowledge of your identity. Another way abandonment shows up or affects our journey as mothers is when you find yourself overcompensating with your children. You overcompensate, you overgive, you over allow, you are permissive. What you need to do is to set the boundaries, is to maintain the boundaries. You know your job as a mother is to guide, is to teach, not to overcompensate. Your job as a mother is to train. So you must maintain those lines of boundaries and do your job or carry out your job as a mother. Another way abandonment shows up in motherhood is through emotional dependency. When you're dependent on every other person for your emotion, when you constantly say things like, this person made me shout, this person made me yell, this person made me cry, this person made me act in a certain way. When you depend on the next person for your emotions, when you depend on the next person for the way you're going to react emotionally, what you need to do is to build your inner stability, to go on a journey of building your emotion. Now, I want to tell us or remind us of the story of Haggai in the Bible. Now, Haggai was the lady that God had a baby for Abraham. Now, after the whole experience between Haggai and Sarah, Haggai experienced abandonment in the wilderness. At some point, she had to run away. She went to the wilderness. She felt abandoned. She felt unseen. But in that space, God still saw her pain. God still came through for her. Now, what is this story trying to teach us? It's trying to tell us that even if you feel abandoned as a mother, even if you feel unseen, probably you felt unseen all along, God still sees you. The same God that saw Haggai, the same God that is seeing us, that same God still sees you. So you don't need to go into your shield or hide yourself or shrink or be at the back. What you need to do is to come out and begin to walk in alignment of your identity. Now, being seen heals the wound of abandonment. So tell yourself you're going to be seen, you're going to grow, you're going to become, you're going to live the best of all, the best life that God has called you to live. You're not going to stay at the back, you're going to thrive, and you're not just going to survive as a mom. So tell yourself you are seen, I am seen, we are loved, and we are secure. Then finally, we must remember that sometimes you might feel pain because you felt unseen, unwanted, but you must intentionally go on a journey of healing, because healing is that thing that can make you to start to feel loved again, to start to feel secured again, to start to regain your worth and everything about you. So tell yourself, I am going to go on a journey of healing. I am going to go on a journey of giving myself that which I did not receive, of giving myself that which I truly deserve, the emotional safety you deserve. Go on a journey of becoming a better version of yourself. Thank you very much for joining me today. My name is Choma Odikolo. Please like this video, share this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Confident Mom Academy, or also on Facebook and Instagram at the Confident Mom Academy. Yes, come join us and we're going to walk you through a journey of boosting, of building your confidence. Thank you very much. Then come your way next time to have a great day and